Titanfall 2 is seeing a big revival right now on the PC as numbers have jumped up substantially the last few weeks, in part due to the coverage that the game has been seeing from some more prominent creators on YouTube. What's good? Welcome back to the channel. You know, if you're a regular, we've been playing and covering Titanfall 2 from the very beginning. I love the game and have from the start. Recently, you've had some videos from Tomographic and FazeJev that have legitimately pushed this game's Steam numbers way back up. It's awesome to see. It's a big deal because if you're a player who hasn't really been playing much Northstar, which I'll talk about in a second, or you never really played much Titanfall, having an influx of newer or lesser experienced players is a ton of fun. You get the chance and the space to learn if you're inexperienced. And if you're a veteran, you get the chance to roll against different players than just the same crew that's on day in and day out. It's kind of a win-win for everybody. Titanfall 2 Northstar is still the best way to play the game in my opinion. It's a fan-made mod that allows for custom servers to be set up. They've added gun game, custom attrition, sticks and stones, a ton of other variants. It's pretty awesome. Most importantly though, you've got the ability to play the game without experiencing the disconnects and the server instability issues that have been plaguing vanilla Titanfall 2 for years now. There was a wave of some videos a few months ago saying, hey, vanilla, it's back, it's fine to play, and while it is definitely better than it was, I still find it kind of troublesome. Longer wait times, still running into some DCs and instability. Northstar, in my opinion, is overall the better way to experience the game, but play, whatever. If you're running Titanfall 2, enjoy it. If you've not played Titanfall 2, this is still one of the best movement FPS games of all time. The real shame is that this game came out at the tail end of the jetpack era of Call of Duty games, where literally the casual FPS fan base were screaming for a boots-on-the-ground game, and Titanfall 2 launched right there, in between Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare. I don't know if EA was intentionally trying to sabotage the launch of the game, or if it was just really poor planning, but man, that was a horrible release window, and overall the game, not surprisingly, didn't hit the sales numbers that it could have. You have in this package though, regardless of the launch timing, the marketing issues, a package that is ridiculously good, an amazing single player campaign, one that is like on every single of my top single player FPS game lists. If you haven't played it, you need to, do it. You have a really robust and unique multiplayer with an insanely high skill ceiling, all built on the Source engine, so it runs rock solid on a ton of different rigs. You had really good support for controller players. The console version of the game was really fun. That's how I started on the Xbox One, getting into like Gen 7, Gen 8. Yeah, there's a prestige system called Regeneration. There were tons of in-game cosmetics to unlock, no battle pass, and the only thing they really sold were cosmetics after the fact packs, right? And they were priced really affordably. Respawn gave amazing post-launch support to the game. You had new modes being added over time, new maps for those new modes. They even added a wave-based PvE co-op horde mode, and it was pretty solid, pretty fun. This is all long before the launch of Apex. This is right into that transition of the live service age, and so nothing makes me more sad than when I see comments from players who are Apex and they have no idea like where the sandbox came from. They look at this and go, hey, this looks just like Apex. And it's like, oh, my heart breaks a little bit. You guys missed such an incredible experience. Overall, the pilot v pilot game mode is my favorite. While the Titans do add a unique dynamic, I do think it contributes to why a lot of the casual player base for this game fell off. Yeah, the skill ceiling for movement, it's gigantic. But if you really don't know how to use your Titans kit, or you don't know like how to use it in coordination with your team, or even worse, they don't know how to use it, things snowball so fast, especially in the game's most popular mode, attrition. What's even crazier is if this game released today. With the state that the AAA shooter industry is in right now, I think it would have sold like crazy and would be held on a massive pedestal. And deservingly so. The game is incredible, and it's so much better than the nonsense that's happening right now with most of the AAA FPS space. Plus, with how popular movement shooters are right now, especially with the new crop of movement kids and TikTok clips, it's so unfortunate that Titanfall 2 had such a weird launch window. Now, with all of that said, how's the game doing in 2023? Well, this is the time to play it exactly right now. Titanfall 2 is not a game that gets big bumps like these very often. I've been covering the game from the start. It's rare that you get larger creators shedding promotion its way. And when it happens, and you see the player numbers jump up, it's the exact time you want to hop in and run some games. These seasons of popularity usually don't last very long, and as such, you want to take advantage of them. Now, on the future horizon front, it doesn't sound like Titanfall 3 is happening anytime soon. Not all hope is lost, but really don't expect EA or Respawn to be looking into it anytime soon. At least that's what they've told us the last few years in investor calls and the news stories that have been pushing out for the game. Look, I'm really happy that Apex Legends is out there, so happy that it's popular, but let's be honest, it's EA's cash cow in the FPS space. And I really can't see them as a company being very eager to shift their focus to another Titanfall game. I mean, Titanfall 2 was pretty much as close to perfect as you can get. It reviewed remarkably well, and still it kind of missed their sales marks. But tides change, seasons shift, so I'm still holding out some hope that we'll get a Titanfall 3 someday. In the meantime, check out Titanfall 2. It's doing really well right now, especially if you can run some Northstar. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, like, and we'll see you in the next video.